Welcome to a TRE session. This is the sitting position for TRE. So I was just sitting down for, I wouldn't say meditation, but just some silent sitting, maybe opening my mind. And the tremors start happening, which is normal for me whenever I do a meditation in a group or even a sound bath workshop. The tremors start. So I actually like this a lot, sitting down for meditation, but letting it turn into a part meditation, part TRE session. Because when we just go for a TRE session, there's a possibility that we'll put some pressure on ourselves or we'll force it because there's an agenda. But when we're just intending to sit quietly, then our body can open without that agenda or pressure to tremors potentially. So it's enjoyable. I find it a bit pleasurable, maybe more so than a TRE session. The sitting aspect feels very different. It feels really good to be in this active position, which is sitting, versus the normal position of TRE, lying on the back. It feels good to be in this sitting position because we are somewhat active as a participant in the world, in our posture, but then letting the tremors happen also. Now I notice here for me when I'm doing this that these tremors that come as spasms, single spasms, they're associated with resistance that I have to the tremors, resistance to just allowing the free flow of energy. It's like the body is not used to being settled, and there's a resistance to being still, a resistance to the quietness of true meditation. And here my stomach is going in and out, and there's some natural hyperventilating happening. This feels really relieving and natural. I and many people I know have a tendency to hold in our breath. And even when I'm doing TRE, especially in the sitting position or meditation in the sitting position, I'm holding my breath. And it's not necessary. And it keeps healing from happening, and the spasms can happen maybe in my shoulders, my arms, because of the tension I'm holding in my belly, in my diaphragm, which wants to tremor. Another noticing is that there's resistance to letting my mouth be open. And I invite you to explore whether this is here for you too. I experience a different sort of tremoring and a different feeling to the tremors when my mouth is open versus closed. And it feels as though the waves of energy, the waves of impulse to tremor, can happen in a more flowing, free-flowing way with the mouth open. And then at times, perhaps if I do that for a bit, then it feels natural to close it. And then later in the session, maybe I find, oh, I'm artificially closing. My mouth actually wants to open. And so I do. And the cycle repeats. And even this, I'm smiling. Allow the impulse to smile to happen in TRE and in life. So here is some stillness. It appears that that first wave of tremors that happens in my TRE sessions, I imagine everyone has their own sort of average time it takes for that first wave of tremors to pass through. For me, it's 3 to 4 minutes. and then some relative stillness, and then often the tremors come back. So as you see, unlike meditation that people normally do, I'm not restraining myself from letting my eyes wander, making different faces. So just being here in this stillness, allowing the eyes to be mostly calm but alert. Here you see some unconscious movement. I'm just twiddling my fingers. To me, it's a sign of a lack of presence temporarily. We do this throughout our day. And in the past, I've been quite hard on myself to do things right, including meditation. And I'm actually, believe it or not, okay with some unconsciousness. I'm okay with some compulsive habits, some addictive habits, more than I used to. And in fact, I find the pressure, and I've dealt with mostly minor addictions throughout my life, and the pressure gives them energy. And I've found that letting the impulses freely flow, and then maybe at some point following up and acting on those impulses as addictions, but in a loose way, in a conscious way, helped me drain that karma out of my system. Let the addictions have less hold over me, and over time, they just weren't very compulsive anymore. And so that's my attitude toward meditation also. I don't really have any desire currently to discipline myself with meditation, certainly not with being still in meditation, although I can see that in time, when there's less charge, less pressure around it, less karma built up, I'll be able to go into these practices much more cleanly. Okay, that's it for today. I'm wishing you all really well in your practice, and I'll see you next time.